My name is Janice Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. My voice is coming and going, so clearly I haven't recovered. So we're going to try and make this quick. So I was driving along in my car today doing things because I have to go to work in like an hour. And I came to some startling realization, especially since I had to give this speech to my sister. And, I'm not out to hurt nobody's feelings when I give y'all these real to life speeches, and that goes especially for family, you know. But at 43, my life has not worked out any way, shape, or form, or have come remotely close to how I planned it out back when I was like 16. I had my life mapped out, where I was going, how I was going to get there, and nothing was going to stop me until people in my family started making bad procreation decisions, which bled into my life, keeping me from doing what I needed to do for me. These same people also get mad because I don't think that I should have to watch these children. And as I told her, I was like, y'all got a lot of grit when you talk to me, but you got to have that grit when you talk to these jackasses that got you impregnated. Now, that's done with that issue, but this is for all you young women in general. And I'm going to tell you, just like I told my sister while I was driving her to wherever the hell I was taking her, there ain't nothing wrong with having sex. But not everybody who has a dick is man enough to be a fucking father. And this is to the fathers that impregnated my sisters. You're not men. Spending 10 minutes with your son does not mean you're doing your job. You have to put an effort into raising a child. It's not, I get you this weekend, I play with you for 10 minutes, and then I'm off to the fucking races to relive my life. No. Having a child was a lifetime commitment. So for all you men out here who are watching my shit and are about to give me the finger, I don't give a fuck. Give me the finger. I don't care. Because here's the thing. As an uncle, about 9 times over, I'm doing your job. And somewhere in America, there are 7 other men doing someone's job that you, a father who didn't have no business being a daddy in the first place, don't know the first meaning of being a daddy, don't want to do the job. Well, I've said this before. Do I have to have a rock hard dick to demonstrate how you use these damn things? They're called condoms. You don't want to be a daddy, but you still want to bang mad ass and get lots and lots of pussy. Cool. There's nothing fucking wrong with that, providing that the woman consents. These things here work magic. You don't need a little hand and a unicorn and a bottle of lotion. You need these damn things right here because they prevent babies that you don't want to deal with and to leave your baby drama of the baby's mama to her brother. Now, I'm not just picking on my personal involvement in personal people. I'm picking on all you young men who fuck it up for men who want to be daddies and can't. If your daddy was not in your life, and thank God my dad was, even though it was only the summertime, 3 months out of the year, unless an emergency came, like the death of my great-grandmother or anybody else, my dad had me. If he went to work, he left me in a secure place. But when he got off and did the after-work chores that every grown man does, straighten up the house, prepare dinner, the things that you men need to be doing right now, he never, not one time, unless I didn't want to spend time with him, didn't spend time with me. He went out of his way to make sure that we did father-son things. And yeah, sometimes those damn things took all day and I didn't even like them. But he did them because that's what daddies do. Daddies make things happen. Daddies are there, not just financially, but right there to guide you down the path on how to fucking be a daddy. So for all of you young men of color, I don't know about white guys. There's not that many white guys, statistically speaking, whose daddy isn't in their life. But for all you young brothers like me, if your daddy was not in your life and you have unfortunately never been taught what the fuck a condom is and you are a daddy, here's a tip. Do the opposite of what your dad didn't do for you. Your dad didn't spend time with you. Your dad didn't play catch with you. Your dad didn't teach you how to read. Teach your kids how to read. Spend time with them. Get to know who the fuck they are. You know, man the fuck up. It don't take that much. You can buy your kids all the technological gifts in the world. That does not make you a daddy. That just makes you somebody who gave the kid money to buy his love so that you can go and do what you do and not use these things and make more kids that you don't want nothing to deal with. That's not being a daddy. Being a daddy, telling your son you love him every day. Teaching your son how to fucking fight so that no one can whoop his ass. Teaching your son how to fight so that you can make sure that nobody whoops his ass. Spending time with your daughter. Teaching her how to look for a man. A man. Not a boy who's going to jam his dick in there without one of those things that I just threw away and impregnate her ass so that she'll be stuck for 18 years with a baby and no plan and have to work 3 or 4 jobs to feed the baby because you skirtled off to get pregnant with someone else. So to all you young men and all you young ladies, there's nothing wrong with sex. Nothing at all. But these motherfuckers right here, they are the miracle maker. Because you might just want to fuck and not be a daddy. And there's nothing wrong with not being a daddy. Some people will never be ready for parenthood. Some people don't want to be parents, period. But in the real world, shit happens. To prevent shit from happening, you take out one of these motherfuckers every time. Now, if you with one of these chicks who is known to be poking holes and she's got like 9 kids and you about to be number 10, you don't use her condoms, you bring your fucking own. And if she don't have none and you don't have none, then you just go oral because that withdrawal method, you guarantee the daddy. Period. Can't get pregnant if she swallows. Or in any case, don't swallow. But, you know, I'm not one to judge. I'm just trying to prevent all of the unwanted children who have daddies that don't want to be daddies to have to go through this shit. And for all you daddies who didn't get raised by a daddy, but now you are a daddy by course or by force, this shit right here should have been taught to you in grade school. I think the 5th grade is when I first learned about sexual education. They didn't teach us about condoms, but they taught us what happens when you do have sex. By the time I got to the 7th and the 8th grade, sexual education was a little bit more profound. And it did teach us about condoms and what happens when you have sex with a girl without one. Now, these things ain't 1,000% foolproof. But any safety is better than no safety, but the true safety is no sex at all. You don't want to be a daddy, don't have sex without condoms. You don't want to be a daddy, but you want to have sex. Here's your magic bullet right here. Here's your magic bullet right here. They come 12 in a pack. $15.99 if you get the box. The health department gives these motherfuckers to free. Granted, they don't give you this brand, but any brand of condom is better than no brand of condom. Now, let me make a second video. Well, fuck it, I'll just keep going. Let me tell you young ladies something. Because apparently, a lot of you young ladies don't have daddies to teach you how to look for a man. And to all you people that I'm about to insult, I don't give a fuck. If you come after me or try to beat my ass, I have 2 things to tell you. First, I was a kung fu master before I was a soldier. And secondly, I live at 512 Rougemont, and I will destroy you if you come at me with some bullshit about me cock blocking your ass. In the long run, you'll be thanking me for telling you about fucking condoms. Now, where was I? Young ladies. These things help you too. So unless you're in like a lesbian relationship, you need these boys to wear these things. And don't fall for the "it feels so much better without the fucking condom" line. This is why you need daddies. Daddies want to prevent you from being a mom before you have a chance to actually live your life. You don't want your daughter as a man to be a 13-year-old mom because some dumbass boy convinced your daughter that she wasn't as smart as she thought she was to come up out of her drawers, and now she knocked up and he's running for the fucking hills. Oh, And then all the parts about her body parts smelling and all this stuff is coming out, and everybody's gonna believe it, and it's gonna go from 0 to 60 in about 1,000 seconds. We need to be more proactive in our children's lives, especially your daughters' lives. If you're a man and all you have is daughters, dude, they bringing trouble to your house. If they happen to have a brother, and forgive me, because I should not promote violence, but had I been allowed to do this, I would have a couple of less inconsistencies in life. When your daughter brings that boy through the door and he has a sexual addiction or whatever, and your daughter's just so blindly in love, here's where big brothers come in. So all you younger brothers, when your sisters bring their boys through the door, and again, I'm sorry for promoting violence to people's sons who are about to get fucked up, when they come through the door, make them eat the floor. Make them eat every fucking splinter in that hardwood floor. Because they're going to knock your sister up, and then your life is going to be like mine. Let's not have that. So now let's go back to where I was at first. Young ladies, don't go giving the best part of you to a fool who tells you that he loves you unless he can prove that he loves you. And even so, you're 15, 16, you don't need a fucking baby in your life. You don't. Ask your parents how fucking hard it is to take care of you. To make sure that you have health insurance. To make sure you have shoes, shirts, drawers, feminine hygiene products. And you're 15. No. No, baby. You're still a fucking baby. Hell, you're still a baby at 21. You just legally grown and can fuck now. That's all. Well, technically, depending on your state, you can legally fuck whoever you want at 16, except for as long as they're in the same age group. You can't go fucking a 21-year-old because your ass is going to jail. Well, the boy is anyway, because statutory laws are really hard. So, let's recap. Girls and boys, these are prophylactics. Condoms, Jimmy hats, condominiums, rubber jackets, umbrellas. Do I need to keep going? These are all the code words that you need to know. So did you know that your boyfriend or your girlfriend has to have the right protection for you so that you don't have a baby before you are grown and had a chance to experience college, good jobs, bad jobs, career, money, because you're going to need a lot of it when you don't use these motherfuckers. And more importantly, if you don't want to be a parent, it is highly important, especially for you girls, because it's really your decision at the end, to have this discussion with the man who's about to stick his dick inside you. Yes, this is extremely blunt, so I'm sorry. If you're like 14 or 15, you probably don't want to be in this room. When you are having sex, and most people start between 13 and 16, depending on your state, it varies, and depending on how you're being raised, and sometimes things happen where you're just thrown in a mix, and shit happens. So in the event, because now women are developing like by 9 and 10, they're starting your little cycle and all that shit. These motherfuckers right here need to be explained to children, even if you gotta like make the kids watch a fucking porn in the same room. These things got to be explained to prevent unwanted children from being created. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, I was really blunt when I said unwanted children. I'm sorry if that offends you. You will never know if you were unwanted or not until you catch your parents arguing and find out what the fuck was the cause and how it really happened. But I can tell you now, most people know when they were wanted and when they weren't wanted. I often feel that I wasn't wanted. But the problem is I'm here. It's 43 years too late. You can't break me back down to the cellular molecules and shove me back where I came from, especially since my dad is a pile of ashes. Now, we need to raise our kids right. We need to prepare our kids for the inevitable, fact that people fuck up and you can get pregnant at 13. And that's just not cool. And abortion laws and stuff, I don't really know what to tell you. I will tell you this. I don't technically support abortion as a means of birth control, but I do support abortion as a means of justice in the event that a young girl is raped or molested by like a family member or some shit like that. I support abortion then because in my personal opinion, no woman should ever be forced to carry a baby to term if it wasn't a consensual moment. But other than that, if she's getting pregnant and constantly going to get abortions, nah, I don't support that shit because there's a way to stop getting pregnant and having to go get abortions. Abortions are expensive. These damn things right here, birth control pills. Talk to doctors, OBGYNs. They can tell you everything you need to know on safe sexual prevention. If you don't learn it now, you're gonna burn with it later. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This is 17 and a half minutes or 16 and a quarter minutes of your life that you can't get back. But I implore you, I beg you, I scream at you every time I try to give you guys a message. And granted, my dialogue isn't 1,000% child friendly. I'm sorry. But, in my quest to teach people right from wrong, I probably go about shit the wrong way while doing it. So, there you have me in a nutshell. 1,000% honest more than I should be. And you'll just have to deal with it. This is Kung Fu number 2, BC and U. If I can stop the thing.